Hang on. Okay, so welcome to San Fran Power Hour, October 25th. That sounds crazy already. You are at 17 weeks. So today, as we go through the acronym of San Fran and all the actions it's going to take for you and or any other leader or consultant, this takes very clear strategy. What I was just repeating, what I'm repeating is right now, this week through the next 4 or 5 weeks is your max peak of San Fran. You will not have holiday shopping. Simple holiday discount shoppers who join for 19 and take advantage of shopping discounts from 30, 40, 50% off. Yes, even our sale rack. So again, this is a big time. Also, people are doing the gigs and the hustle. They're needing a little bit of extra to pay for the holidays. So again, you're going to see this peak. So we want to leave today with some very clear action plans, but this is about sharing, okay? So we're not here to train. Today, we did that last week, but we're going to keep going back to what we talked about last week, and then you're going to share, okay? So forgive me if I don't open the mics yet, but this will be interactive. When I go through each acronym, I will then pause and come back to you to share what is working, what is starting to get some new leads, some results, and then what else can we do to make it work? And I want you to be thinking, we won't be back together in our power hours for about 3 weeks. So at least get your next 3-week plan super strong, if not the next 5 weeks to 6 weeks, okay? So bear with me and welcome everybody, by the way, great to see you. Great to have our loose Mercedes Miller back with us. So we're super happy for that as she's slowly coming back into the office today. So, all right, I'm gonna go to the screen, all right? So I want you to have your calendars. I want you to have all your hot shares. I know I've been watching some success stories over the weekend, and we want to keep that rolling. So bear with me first. I want to just review for the consultants, okay? So if you have a consultant wanting to earn the trip, this is what's really important today. We want to take the goal of $10,000. We want to subtract what they've done so far in October, and then divide that by 17 weeks, okay? So very important if you are working with any consultants, and I have all of your list of consultants, okay? So if you sent me names, you sent me emails, text, all that stuff, what I want you to know is now is the time where you absolutely want to make sure you go divide it by 17 weeks. They must get a clear goal for the next 6 weeks. Hopefully they can get ahead, because we know in December, there could be a couple of weeks of gap. So this is like double weeks, right? So try to do more hefty in the next 6 weeks and let December and starting January, those are weeks of reality. We're going to come up with ideas then, but we want to be a step ahead. This is also super important for any consultant you are working with. They cannot have a month of October with no sponsors. Don't do that, because what happens is they start to get behind. They start to not believe. So your priority is, who are we going to contact every day for the next 6 days? Okay, 6 days to success is ahead for you and them. And I'm saying this to you as well. Okay, we don't want to start sandbagging the 10, losing 1 month. Now we're down to 4 months. You went from 2 a month to maybe almost 3. I don't like that pressure. Okay, don't let it happen. You're in control by your coaching and your belief. Okay, so super important to do those numbers with them today. Start of a fresh week, a big week in Rocktober, okay, for sales and sponsoring. I did want to review. So again, I have the list of all the consultants you sent me, and these are the consultants who showed up. We had 3 with Mentory Braggs, 1 with Evelyn, really liked her too. She was fun. I know Evelyn's here. Helen, you had Peggy. She was awesome. Vicky Hacking had a consultant, and Sharon Davis had Andrea with us as well. So this is super important. All I kept saying to them, if you didn't watch the recording is, and if you didn't look at the slides, is I kept saying you need to meet with your leader at least once a week, if not 3-4 times a week. Okay, really important. I did not create a San Fran WhatsApp group with the consultants because I didn't see that many show up. So I'm open to that suggestion at the end if you feel that's important. The number one tool we talked about was using the 65 conversations. This was really, really, really important. I taught them where the guides were, okay, in Facebook, so that they could go see that's where the slides are, they could listen to the recording, and that's where they get their 65 connection sheet, okay? I asked them to get a business buddy and be accountable to you. So really important to also, if your consultants that you gave Luce and I on a list are not on this list, they didn't show up. And I know we had a last minute change of time. I apologize. I had a mandatory change due to the director meeting that I had to be on. So I understand that they were texted, they were emailed, they were called with all the updates and information from me 2 different times last week. But please listen to the recording with your San Fran clan, okay? Rather than, hey, you listen to it, let me know. Why don't you do it with them? Just take a power hour. It's 1 hour. I promised a power hour. It's 1 hour and 2 minutes, okay? So please take that. And then you have the slides as your workbook. I told them that's their 5-month workbook. We're not here to change, okay? So again, really important. Many of you here today had somebody in that group that you sent your commitments to. If you still have someone, great. Tell Luce and I. You might even be sponsoring someone who's going to go for the trip, okay? But really important, okay? So I'm going to go to the leader part, but let me pause. Is there anyone who has questions on the San Fran consultant group, what we did? If you talk to somebody who was there, any feedback, anything that you have questions on for that group? Okay. How many of you have?
Can you let us know? Can you let us know who was there?
I just showed it on screen, Debbie, and I posted it in WhatsApp already. So this is the group that was there, okay? So I did this on Friday for all of you. The slides are in your WhatsApp. The slides are in your leader's guide, and the recording is there as well. And all the consultants were taught where to go get the slides for them. So that was again done on Friday. And so everything is all set. So if your team wasn't there, block time to set their goals and watch the power hour together. Okay. So
I have a question. As we sponsor and somebody wants to earn the trip, we can just send them to you and they can be a part of that.
Of course. Absolutely. Okay. Now, question on that, speaking of something like that. So what happened is everybody got an invite in the mail, a cheerleading letter from Luce's region and mine, if you sent it to me, okay? Everybody got text, everybody got voice calls, and again, that's who showed up. It doesn't matter. We had a change to the day, so I know that could have caused a glitch. That's okay. So really important now, you set up that follow-up, okay? If they didn't show up, watch it with them, okay? And give them the workbook. It's in guide number 1. And then really important as well, if you do add people, let us know, okay? So I have one more question for you all. I don't want to do more. I think you're the leader, and we do not typically do WhatsApp for consultants because we're very leader driven. It's a perk to have the regional directors for the leaders group. They have the Facebook group. Do you feel we would do additional support, but we need you to make it work? Do you feel you want a national consultant San Fran clan WhatsApp group for these consultants, and they would include you, and you all have to move it, okay? So Luce and I are not their leader, but we would involve you plus all those consultants. Do you feel you want a separate WhatsApp group for them during this trip time?
So personally, I know my person will not get on. She cannot do any social media. She's not on Facebook or WhatsApp at all. So she'd miss it all. I just have to get everything to her differently. So should you decide to do it, then, you know, I'll be in the group so I can make sure she gets everything.
Okay. So WhatsApp isn't social media, just curious.
I know she's just computer challenged too. So
that's texting.
I know. Trust me. I'm working with her.
She came on Zoom. Come on.
I was so proud of her. It took
I
a while
know.
before we can even get her with
She
Zoom.
was awesome. She was
Yeah,
awesome.
her
So
daughter,
we'll get
yeah,
her there.
wanted her to get on our
Okay,
meeting.
so I got a
Yeah.
yes, thank you. I saw Mary's hand up, yes. How many of you, Helen, yes, Debbie, yes. Sylvia, yes, okay. Is there anyone who says, no, it's too much? I see Ashley's hand.
My only hesitation is right now, I cannot get on WhatsApp until I delete massive stuff on my phone. I've been trying, deleting like crazy, and I just, my WhatsApp is not working right now. So,
Okay, all right. Gotcha. Okay, so we will move to that step sometime throughout the week. In the meantime, get your coaching time set up, review this with them. It's super important, okay? So you're the key master to follow up, all right? Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go to you now, all right? So that's for the consultants. And yes, please, to Gail's question, please continue to add people to the group, okay? I'm gonna say the next 4 weeks, we can certainly do that, maybe 8, and then after that, not too sure we could add somebody. So this is what we started with last week. I'd said this is like your coaching package for 5 months. This is the key San Fran action plans that will make the trip work. So let me quickly do this because in case you weren't here last week and even to catch loose up. So SAN stands for look at your calendar specifically between now and the end of November, maybe the first weekend of December. You already want to have a strategy blocked with the days you're going to go Facebook Live, okay? With the number of events you're going to host on Facebook, the number of parties you're going to be hosting in person on Facebook, the facial Fridays, whatever you're going to do in person, online. I would always do both. That's the new hybrid today. But absolutely having those key, you know, I love markers. I love the green colors. So those are your number one money-making activities. Get those in your calendar, okay? No later than today, okay? No plan is not a strategy. So you need those blocked out so that everywhere you go and you're meeting people, you have a place to invite people, okay? So make sure you've got that. I did post in Facebook and in our WhatsApp group. I did post if you want to attend some training. You know, I've been posting all of Belinda Ellsworth's every single week. Her training Tuesdays are free on Facebook. Join a group, okay? Look in WhatsApp, click on the top, go over to links. You can see everything there, okay? I don't want to keep repeating what's already been given. But number 2 is there's also this week, I think it's the 28th, Dana and Neil are doing for $9.99 how to do Facebook parties. Okay, this is based on all the industry best practices going on in the nation. So you can sign up for that if you want to. It's already in Facebook yesterday and it's in WhatsApp. Okay, so A stands for apps. How are you getting you and your team using simple selling tools and sponsoring tools called the virtual apps? Okay, number 3 is new consultants. Do you have a system in place that every single consultant can't deny joining with a business buddy? Okay, FRAN, we talked about finding and connecting. Are you having 3 to 5 conversations a day? Are you doing weekly recognition around that? And how are you tracking and celebrating that amongst those who want to grow income, grow to San Fran, and even yourself? R, referrals. Did you create your referral program? I don't care what it is, but your marketing, your holiday shopping account opportunity, your holiday elf services, and that holiday income gig. A, always follow up. So if you're going to connect with people, where do you follow up within 48 hours? Plus, this is follow-up week to close the month. So where is your I, power hours, your P, power hours, VIP, power hours, 50%ers from the last 2 months, power hours, welcome to Jaffra, power hours, and of course, all the leads for orders and sponsoring or booking. Make sure you block those power hours this week. This is a critical week to close strong. N is again focusing on the new manager bonus. That's where we talk about sponsoring, okay? So what will you do to earn as much of the portfolio for cents? Because cents make a lot of sense during fall season, holiday season, all the way to Mother's Day, all the way to Father's Day, and of course, Valentine's in between. So really making your plan and those that are earning the trip or wanting to grow their income to not leave those gifts on the table. Okay. So look at your calendar. I'm saying this not to repeat information that you're triggering. Oh, I got to block my power hours or time segments. Okay. So that's where we started last week. All right. Now comes you. All right. So first, we want to talk about weekly sales events. So we talked about all of these topics last week. We did a whole lot of different reminders about these topics. So I want to pause and I want to come back to you. Who has had some success most recently with their sales events for themselves, their teams? What are some things that are positivities that are happening with your events, Facebook or in person? And this is share time and tip time. Carol, thank you. Go for it, girl.
Okay, I know this was back in September, but we had a very successful Zoom Defy party. I think I shared about that earlier on another chapter event. But and the consultant has at least 3 or 4 people now signed up with the Defy subscription boxes. She's excited. Her main business is Park Lane Jewelry, but she wants to have another party now. And I'm not interested in being a Park Lane Jewelry person. I'm sorry, but because they have to pay $100 a year for their websites, by the way, after the first year is free. So I don't want to pay $100 for a website that I'm not really going to promote. So I didn't tell her that, but she did well. But my issue is trying to influence other consultants who want to have sales or want to do whatever they want to do the same thing. And we even had her present on our first October district training. She was one of our spotlight people. And I need some ideas of how to have the other consultants do the very same thing, because I take care of the mailing, with the Defy sachets, they fit in here, put some literature in about Defy, blah, blah, blah. And I put on the front, do not open till, makes it exciting. I'm having one on Sunday. I do have a consultant that's doing that on Sunday, and she wants to do it at her dental office where she works. And I'm going to try to do it only as a Zoom because I can't get around very well for the next few weeks because my foot's all wrapped up. But this part and these things work. So I go, hey, as long as I can sit and use my phone, I'm working it. So we're going to try to do her. We already sent out the invitation. So I have one consultant that's going to do it, but I'd like to have more do that type of a Defy party or a spa party or whatever it is.
So Carol, let me come back to tips that help us. So one, and I know she also spoke on Winter Wednesday. She was our Winter Wednesday 2 weeks ago on Facebook. So if you go through our Amber and Onyx region, Lou spotlighted Carol, so you can listen to that again with some tips. But let me grab some quick tips right now from you. So this was a party for your consultants, and it was Defy focus only, correct?
Yes, but we did show, I don't let any Jaffa event go by without sharing the opportunity video and the kits. We do a few slides on that near the end. So okay. I have my slides for a Defy party, but we always have that. And I still continue to do my Sunday spotlights. Still continue to do that.
So let me come back to the party, bear with me. So you invited all of your consultants and you invited your own guests as well to the Defy party, and you pre-mailed samples of Defy to those that were invited to the party.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. How many samples did you send out?
Probably 6 to 7, and about 4 or 5 showed up. And she really worked the subscription boxes. So she's excited because she had her own Defy paid for, and she had over $1,000 in sales in the month of September.
Excellent, excellent. So very good. The key to this is you have to have consultants wanting and willing to do parties. If not, do your own and involve them until they realize, OMG, I could be doing this every week. Using a story where somebody is netting the opportunity to make $500, not a bad story. Just keep doing it. Don't get frustrated. Keep sponsoring. Keep inviting and keep showing the recognition like you're doing, Carol. So I love that you did that so simply. Does anybody have questions for Carol about the Defy Zoom party?
I can send you my slides if you want the slides. They're simple. It's just a PowerPoint snippet. Use my snippet tool. I think I was training Cecilia Gomez last Sunday because she was on my Zoom, and I said, she said, Jackie told me to do the snippet tool. I said, we're going to show you how easy it is, but still have to do Canva. But nevertheless, I have the slides. If you guys want it, you can delete whatever you want. You can add whatever you want. If you want them, all you have to do is text me in the chat and I'll send them. Give me your email. I'll send them to you.
Excellent, excellent. So look at your calendar. Again, if you're supporting consultants, you're supporting your own business, using what we've got, but I love sending the samples. Don't open until the facial. Having 50% in attendance is rock star. Today's market is about 1 in 3 might attend. So I think you did a great job on that. So excellent. So let me go to, I want to come back to, where am I here? Sylvia, can you tell us about you and what happened with you?
Thank you, Jackie. I took the idea from one of the trainings about using the nonprofit organizations, and I belong to 2 of them. In fact, I'm president of one of them. And I'm doing open house. I have one last Saturday, and I had over $1,000 in sales, possible 2 bookings for parties here at my house. And what I did is I sent, it was done in Spanish. I did in Spanish the letter to all the members, asking them, letting them know about my story, that I have been in Jafra for 52 years, as many of them know, but in the, after retiring last year from my regular job after 28 years, I focusing mostly, 100% on my Jafra business. Thank God that I have my Jafra business to back up as a backup for me, and now is a full-time business for me. And that I'm also donating 20% of the profits to the organization.
Excellent.
And
excellent.
I had very good success. I had 3 displays. I had 1 display of all the different skincare programs, the rituals that we have. I had another display of all the makeup, blushes, powders, and all that. And then I had another display with all the body care and the fragrances. And some of them, they brought guests, and they were amazed to see how much products Jafra has. And I said, well, this is just some of the samples. So a lot of them bought skincare products, and a lot of them bought the shadows, the new ones. And I have to say that I'm even happier because I had everything on hand and they walked out with their products.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. That's
So it was
cool.
nice. In fact, last night I had, yesterday morning, I got up and placed a Jafra order because I'm having another open house this coming Saturday for, as some of you might know, I'm from Ecuador. I'm the president of La Casa de Ecuador here in San Diego, who we help for children in Ecuador. We have last year, because of the pandemic, we have not been able to have any events. We usually have events, which is to raise funds. So I'm doing the same thing. I spend some time on the phone inviting people, and I'm going to be doing that also today, calling them, and then I'm just sending the invitation by email to all of them, and just inviting them and asking them to bring friends. So I probably would be telling you next Sunday how it went.
Excellent.
But that's what I'm doing, and it's been easier. And I do believe that I have a lot of people now be aware more of what I do in my business as a Jafra consultant.
Excellent.
And that, in the 52 years that, and of course, they complimented my skin. And I said, well, I have never put anything in my face besides Jafra in the last 52 years. So
excellent. So I love this. So again, cause marketing, very important, okay? Partnering to raise money for local efforts is a big deal. People are definitely moving towards that. I love having the inventory to take home. You're going to see cash and carry be a big deal. If you can do it, great. If you can't, don't worry. Okay. One of my favorites about Halloween is if you do have inventory, you know how I all feel about inventory. Make it work and build business, either get more bookings, more sponsors from it. So the key is that maybe you can make mystery boxes because it's Halloween. Okay. So have some fun this week with that. But I love that you did that quickly. I love that it worked. That's excellent. And again, keep that going. If it worked, keep finding other organizations. You can turn your home into that holiday shopping boutique and fundraising. So excellent. Okay. So
I have one more thing to
yeah, go ahead, please.
next Saturday, which is I'm having for the House of Ecuador. I have one of my consultants who's also from Ecuador. She's going to be coming and helping me, and she's going to bring her own guests, for her sales.
I love that. So
Okay.
I was just going to say multiplying, right? So here's what's beautiful. Absolutely anything you do, your team can come and bring people. Make everything you do so big, get a $10 gift card for every guest you bring 3, get this free. Make it be guest centric. If they're coming, come with, right? Who will you bring along? So come shop with me and get this free. So this is a big season where, again, I love that. Let your team come, let them come and see and shop, let them bring friends and keep on multiplying. Okay. So I'm going to pause. Go ahead, Shafika, go ahead. And then we'll go quickly on. Go ahead.
No, I just had a funny thing. My mom had called me and told me that one of our family friends who was just driving in the neighborhood stopped by as far as to visit her, and she commented on my mom's skin, how great she looks, because my mom is 90, but our family friend who was just driving around and decided to stop by, now she is 92. So she just stopped by my mom's house to visit her, and commented about how her skin, and my mom just told her all about, she said, oh, I've just used royal jelly as far as for years. So my mom said, she said, we connected again. She said, so I want you to call her. So I'm going to call her, and then she'll place her order through my mom, because my mom is still a consultant here and everything and stuff. But I was just cracking up here, because here she's just riding around, playing, making errands, and decided to stop by and visit my mom and everything. And she's 92 herself here. So
Excellent. I just love that. How cool. You're never too old to get started. Just saying. So how cool is that? So have stories, we're hearing tell more stories. We're watching the news. I went to a direct selling university last week, 2 hours a day, every day last week. And it was all these companies, all these top producers. And the big thing is telling stories. And they're back and they're alive more than ever. It reminded me of Ignite, right? But really just because on Facebook, you can have somebody else talking with you, or you can stream it through Zoom. And, just like we're doing Winter Wednesdays, really start having a day where you spotlight people consistently. It's those stories, like Shafika said too. It's just pretty cool. You never know when it's somebody that it just hits, right? So I want to pause, because we're going to keep going, and we're going to get stuck on one letter in the chat. So first, Carol, you do not have to email. That's a lot of work, but you can, and there's other people that might want them. So if you want to just upload your slides in WhatsApp, you all have them, and then we can put them in the guides. Okay. If you're not getting your slides from WhatsApp, then she could email you, but it's so much easier if everybody has it, okay, for access. So just FYI to that. So, all right. So what I want to pause on as well, a couple other thoughts. So party swapping is a big deal, okay, in the industry. So Carol kind of said it and alluded to it, but doing party swapping has gone on for years. So you have one for me, I have one for you, so that my customers could shop with your products, because they're not going to give everything, Jafra. So maybe you have another product that you like, that you and a friend in another business. So absolute party swapping, super cool approach. So I love that. Or you guys can make bundles together. So have bundles with the other products with your products. Don't be afraid of that. Who cares? It's direct sales. I hope you're all supporting direct sales. I'm not opposed to any of that. So to me, it's all just everybody, you know, really, truly being mindful to help each other's small business. Same thing, going into a store. And I think, Mary, you were talking about this in a coaching call, that Neaters is talking about having tabletops, right? So and allowing her to come in and sit there every single week. And they sell bread baskets, and you could do beauty and bread baskets, you know, gift baskets. So combining local retail stores with you, doing a tabletop, but doing, you know, a fitness club gift certificate inside of your Power Up Spa. And you do a tabletop each week. You're helping them, they're helping you. So I just want you to be mindful that sales events can be at businesses, in your home, online. I know many of you have had some success stories. I watch you doing your lives. I love Marianne's Flash Fridays. You know, all these things you're doing. I know Diana taught many of you how to do that 6-week boot camp. So if you have other ideas, put them in the chat for each other. What's working for you from sales events? We can't listen to all, 30 people here and hear ideas, but I thank you for the 3 shares that we had today on this letter, because this one matters most. If you're not doing big sales events, you're going to work really hard. It's 10 times harder. That's all I got for you. Okay. So if you have 10 times more time, go for it. If you don't, multiply your time through people. Okay. So, all right, next, we're going to keep going. Next, we're going to talk about the app. So this one's going to be a little shorter, but, oh, sorry, forgive me. Let me just bring back to mind, if you are typing in the chat with ideas, okay? Seasonal party themes. Do you have some fun ones that are working? This is weekend of Halloween. Oh, come on. There's got to be some fun magic days you're doing this week. Type them in the chat. Okay. We'd love to see what you've got going on. You also know by our social calendar, maybe you're doing some fun booths. I know Marianne was working on this over the weekend, having a Ghoul Friends party, haunted by bills or spooked by debts. You make a Canva and you ask them first 5 who take a look at a way to open up a business with Jafra and save and profit. Maybe you're doing something like that and you're boosting it. So again, if there's anything you're doing around theme parties, theme postings, it's also National Champagne Day, National Chocolate Day this week on the 28th. So again, are you doing anything fun like bubblies and beauty parties, fondue and fashionista makeovers, be it virtual, be it in a Zoom room, it doesn't matter, be it in person. So lots of fun that you can actually do with even this week. This is a big party week. And then next week, it's, the no neck turkey month. So how do you stop the turkey neck? Let's have some Jafra facials. It's November to remember. It's gratitude. It's thankfulness. So again, planning. So this is for you to look in that calendar. Okay. So we also did this last week. We had a lot last week. We power packed talking about Halloween. I did this on Winter Wednesday. Based off of Melanie Moore's training with Belinda Ellsworth, how this is literally the second highest dollars spent on holiday. Believe it or not, isn't that crazy? The key age is 25 to 40. So I took notes on Melanie's training and came up with 13 different tips on how to blitz this week. I'm not going to read them to you again. You can listen to the recording. You can go to Melanie's training, but you got to pick something. You got to have some fun. From parties to, I know if Michelle Ainsworth is out there, she's doing 500 bags for a trunk or treat in her backyard. Talked about the mystery bags, mystery boxes, having some fun, spontaneous online 24-hour flash sales from Halloween to whatever you want to do, okay? Doing ghost hostess drawings. This is about having fun this week, and you can rage massive sales for you and your team this week. So even just some fun contests and ideas. So if there's anything that you're doing this week, again, put it in the chat and we can come back again and talk about it. But again, as you close October, what are the key offers that you're going to close the month with? What could you do to coach yourself? Maybe you're behind on sales. So maybe you do a Royal Almond contest day. If you know your team likes Royal Almond, maybe for every offer they sell, they get a ticket, okay? So you could give one set of almond away. You could do 4 days in a row and have team contests. You could have customer contests. So again, this is a big week of fun, mystery games, mystery contests, mystery gifts. So again, or a ghost gift where once for every 5 that are sold, you give 1 away. So pick your favorites and make it fun. Right now, it's very promotional driven. Come on, they're incentivizing a vaccine. This is a world of promotion and crazy. So what would make it fun? Pick your offers, have some fun. If you need to get your San Fran consultants on track or yourself, this is just another cool way to do that. Pick the day, pick the offer, and just do a quick 24-hour feature, okay? Or pick a department 4 days in a row. Melanie Moore, I'm not going to read this, but what are you doing again? And this is part of that sales event. What do you have planned this week and next week to close and open 2 of the biggest weeks? Okay. I love the idea Shafika talked about. Somebody did a drive-by. Be a mobile market, be a trunk show, park in a neighborhood and set up shop and text everybody, message everybody saying, I'm going to be at the park for 2 hours today. Come take a look. You sell out of your car, right? So again, think about what you can do this week, next week with yourself, with your team. Find those coffee shops, okay? So that one's a big one. We could sit here all day on that topic. So next is the apps. How many virtual makeup try-ons and skin consult apps, virtual app have you had in the last week? Have an app day if you're not using that tool. Make apps work, okay? So just do it 1 day a week if you need to, and message people, do a drawing. This is so cool. If you're not using it, you're crazy, but I want to go back and see who has. This is amazing. Actually, I've had a lot of reports coming to me. We did a 4-day challenge. I know Luce was gone, so she may not know this, but we did 4 days, 4 ways, and we're giving away, Luce and I have some Jafra booty bags in stock. So we're going to be drawing for the top winners. They have to report to us today by noon Pacific. They're posting in Facebook. Some of them text me or private message me. So we'll have the results later today. But if they did a virtual or in-person facial, a virtual or in-person makeup try-on, they are registering. So if you did your open house and people were sampling from last Thursday to yesterday, report it. Okay, so 4 people will win one of Luce and my Jafra branded booty bags. Okay, so best of the best is what we're doing. All right, so just a reminder, but you can do an app challenge too to your team. So show them how and do some contests. So you know I'm all about contests and fun, or that's part of their 65 conversations. So let me pause. Okay, I'm going to come back on this subject. How many of you, who has a success story or is doing something with the apps? Just curious. We talked about in person, but how about the apps? How many of you are using the apps? Excellent. Tell us how, what, give us some feedback.
Mine was, okay.
Go ahead,
Oh.
Shafika.
Okay. Mine was just on my VIP group. I advertise all the time as far as setting up consultations, free consultations. So I had one set up and there, I think the one person like ordered about $150, worth of sales, and they really commented on the app. They just were talking about how cool it was and everything else and stuff. So I'm just getting more, I'm just trying to keep it in their face as much as possible. And started, going back to calling all my consultants again, because a lot of consultants, they don't even know it's there, and especially the ones that are inactive here. and just trying to bring them active. So all this week, I'm going to finish up calling, all of my consultants, whether they're active or inactive, to really see if they're using this fantastic tool that we have here.
I love this. Do an app contest with your P's in your eyes. Anybody who tries the app on gets this. For every $100 you order, you get 5 tickets, right? Or a referral. So, or just do an app party. Have everybody come and actually do the app while you're sitting there together, and then help them shop. So love that. What a great tool with those P's and I's. Okay. Love, love, love. And I do think the phone call is much more effective than sending just the text out, because it's your excitement, right? So do an app party, do something fun, and they can bring friends. Everybody can do it right there. I do it when I'm in the car or I'm out with people every week. This is my task I give myself, okay? And it is so easy to sell. I love $150 order. Let the app do its talking. You don't have to pack your bags, right? So love that. I'm going to go to Evelyn. Evelyn, what were you going to share?
I was going to say, I like to send the link that specifically to the app. I mean, it's the first thing that comes up anyway, but I just like to be able to send that link. And I've also challenged the people that I send it to people that I meet. If I'm meeting them the first time, we can do it right then and there, but sometimes they don't have that moment. So I tell them to go to the link, and then I ask, okay, so once you have all the colors that they show on the face, I said, send me a snapshot of it, because you're going to take just do that on your phone really quick, and I'll send you a gift. And I love sending those the Boost clay mask. I get such great results from letting people try just that one single, and it costs, the cost of a stamp. So I've been doing that. And when I'm meeting, I just met with a lady this week from a few weeks ago. I passed around bags to all of my neighbors. And so I had a skincare consultation with my neighbor. I went to her home and I did a facial with her with the Defy. And it was, we were trying to get the app. For some reason, it wasn't working on Friday when we were doing it, but I told her when I go back to deliver her products that we will do it together. So it's been really fun to let people see it. I have another one of my VIP clients. I've been enjoying trying all the makeup and just putting all of that on, and all the different lipsticks. And she's even posted it on Instagram. So that's been good.
Love that. Super cool. Yeah, that's an easy referral type thing, right? Something fun. It's an activity. So excellent. Very good. Thank you for that. So go ahead, Mary, and then we'll keep going.
Okay, so I finally mastered how to set up a Facebook Live event. I've been doing I mostly have been doing on my Facebook, my backyard, my VIP demo page. So I finally did that, and I did it as a lunchtime specials with Mary. And so I did get some response. I got a one-on-one consultation with an old friend of mine from high school, and I sold her some Revitalize. And she has that skin disease, is it vitiligo or something like that, where her skin is turning white. So she's like, well, I don't ever wear anything. I always wear a mask. Anyway, I did pull out the Always foundation and tested it on her, let her do it. Put it on there. It matched up perfect. She looked beautiful. I could just see her smile. Her skin was glowing. She tried everything that I had there for her to try on. And I'll tell you, learning how to do stuff, I'm making little steps, baby steps of progress here with Facebook Lives. And I had another, tonight I have a Mystery Monday party. So I have mystery bags made up, ready to go with candy and little gifts, and also my information, my business card. And I did the flyers, I shrunk them down to about this size, about a 4x4. And the gal that's having the party she works for Sun Graphics here in Yuma. So I go to her a lot for flyers and stuff. So she asked me about Jafra. So now she's doing a party tonight. So it's working. It's just, it's slow progress, but it's working. And I'm going to keep doing my lives on Facebook. And And now I know how to do the create an event. So yay.
Excellent.
And I even have
Excellent.
coupons. I have coupons made up for coupon savings with Jafra, $10 off on your next purchase. So I'll be
When does it
sticking.
expire?
I haven't put the expiration date on it yet, but you
Oh,
can,
good.
I left a blank
Good job.
there. So you can put an expiration date.
Good job. Good job. For sure. Love it. Love it.
Moving right along.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. I'm going to keep going as we're getting towards our last 15 minutes here, but thank you for sharing. So think about, again, S and A are super S. Yes, San Fran. Sorry, my brain just lost it. S and A are super important, okay? Because they're fun ways to connect with people to sell and sponsor and book. I love Mary getting bookings. So I want to come to 2 topics to close with, okay? We're going to click through the other letters, but I'm going to end with sponsoring, okay? San Fran's mastery, just like MLM mastery, just like leaders who are growing's mastery is adding new consultants. My favorite is new consultants who join with their first business buddy, okay? Call it what you want, call it any names you want it. But again, keeping in tune that new consultants are eligible for 2 gifts every month. We know we've got great tools for them. These packs are amazing for sponsoring for holiday shopping. Here they have $2,500 of products for just $600. So again, just great opportunities right now to go out and help people have their own ELF account, or again, have that extra gig. So as you look at your week, this is just thinking out loud, following up again to have achievers this month from your VIPs. Welcome to Jafra, the 50% going on, the portfolio for fragrance, and San Fran. So again, just block your time for winners. That's the key. And every new consultant joining with a friend this week or the month they join. I'm going to come back to that subject in a little bit. We shared last week some ideas. Gina O'Neill is here. She's the #1 sponsoring influencer in the nation on direct and indirect consultants. And she shared how she does a $100 gift bag when they join with a friend. So again, whatever that is, but she's made it work and she always has her indirects. That's the key. So again, think about FRAN. We'll come back to the N. Okay, we're going to end with the 2 N's. But are you using the conversation sheet, and are you recognizing for those you coach each week with the conversations? Okay, this was the key on the San Fran Clan Consultant Training Friday, that this is the gap of success and lack of it. And it really was just planning, looking at your day, every day this week, and knowing, where am I having my 3 to 5 conversations, or how? Mary's got her trick or treat bags with her coupons ready. Great. How many is she going to give away? The goal is just having conversations, connections with a place to invite them. So watch the training last week. We spent a lot of time. This is your key worksheet and theirs. Okay. So I don't want to repeat it because we already talked a lot about it. Referrals. Again, if you have any referrals or ways you are using that 65 sheet with your team and with yourself, type it in the chat. Okay, I will do some notes on follow up today on the hot tips we're hearing in the chat. Okay, you can hear the recording ideas, but there's going to be a lot more you're sharing in the chat, and they matter. So I'll make one slide with that summary. Okay, so again, how are you getting referrals? If you have ideas for that, or how you're using the 65 combo sheet, please put it in the chat. Okay, and we'll add that because I know your ideas work. Okay, so you're asking people, who do you know that would be interested in a holiday discount account? Who do you know that's looking for extra holiday income? Who do you know that might want my holiday ELF shopping services? Okay, so end every conversation training your team to do the same. We shared last week some ideas. I know Linda's out there. She loves royal jelly, so she gives that for referrals. You can do shopping sprees. Again, whatever you choose to do. Okay, so the A is follow-up. So this is again similar to what we have already talked about. So I didn't want to keep repeating everything, but doing fun things with follow-up. I love adding the app to your follow-up call. If they do this in the next 24 hours, they place their order and do the app, maybe they get, $5 Venmo or $10 Venmo, or a $5 gift item or a $10 gift item. I don't know, I'm making stuff up, but something fun. Treat your skin tonight and tomorrow to our beautiful samples, going out and filling treat bags. Make sure you have coupons. I love Mary that she did that. Have coupons that you and your team could do for trick or treat bags this week, right? So ask them to do something, try the samples, do a 5-minute Friday survey, and get a $10 gift card from me. Okay, so maybe do follow-up surveys on Fridays. Call me to order by Friday for free shipping Friday. So start to create action that gets results. Try to avoid everything happening Saturday and Sunday because it's going to be a busy weekend. Okay, so make sure you've got your time blocks for follow-up to your customers, to your consultants, right? And to finish the leads that you have. So we already talked about that. Again, if you have anything you're doing that's fun, that's working with your customers, incentivizing your consultants to have a closing week, put it in the chat. Okay. These were some of the examples that Melanie Moore had. I'm just going to keep them there. Look at, I love Sylvia. She did number 2, cause marketing, doing a charity. Number 3 fits in that as well. So make sure, again, you and your consultants have strategies this week, next week, the following week. This is our big season. Okay. So again, anything else you want to add to the chat, go for it, because that leads us to our last topic. This is about, we worked with the consultants on sponsoring early. Why? Because they're in peak season. They're going to make 11% during peak buying and selling season from them and their 10 consultants. So we really charge them. I charged them, have one a day for 10 days. The number one thing you do in your business. You have 6 days ahead of you. You could earn every single pack of those minis. I got the portfolio, Lucy and I got it in the mail, and I'm packing it because, yay, I'm going to see some of you in Oregon tomorrow. I'm going to see some of you in Phoenix on Wednesday, some of you in Yuma on Thursday. So I packed it and I only have like 10 minis. It looks empty. It makes me sad. I don't have a way to earn more, but I love that you can. 52 fragrances. OMG. You know how many branches I promoted with a, what do you want to call them? Caboodle full of fragrances every November and December. Honestly, that's how I promoted branches at year end. Honestly, this is a big deal. Imagine you have your 5 directs done and they all join with a friend. It's all in what you see, what you believe. So the buddy, the nutty buddy, the business buddy, the elf twin to you joins with you this week only, and you get what? But if you spent every day adding 1 to your team, it's the number 1 most important hour of every day. You would have 52. You would have that plus have them join with a buddy this week only, have a place to help them shop. I would do something every day to take a look and to help them get their qualifying order in. That would be priority. Could you imagine 10 to 12 people, let's just say that, who all do $400 each this week? You have your sponsoring done for San Fran. You have consultants who are already on track for San Fran, but you got to plan. So get up in the morning. This helped us during COVID last year, ladies. We did 9 a.m. coffee time and we got together and we brainstormed and then we took action. Do that this week. Get your buddies in place. People are looking for you right now. Super simple. So I'm not going to read these, but these are the kind of people looking for you. Are you boosting? Are you asking? Are you thinking of people you know? Are you going out looking for these people? Boost, ask, and look for the people looking for you. Okay, you've seen these slides 80 times. Remember, the key is, are you inviting enough every day? Are you using the keywords when you are advertising or doing job blogs or anything like that? Are you asking enough every day? Are you using the tools from posting to the flyer to the opportunity to take a look every day? Think big. I want to say thank you, by the way. Congratulations. Some of you were winners. I think Carol's out there. She was one of our winners. Gina was one of our winners. We had a great, it was one of our best makeup events, joy meetings ever, super short. Super simple and the most guests, and we filled Zoom rooms. Congratulations to all of you. You have another event. I'm just putting a plug in so I don't forget. Coming up on the 18th. Okay, that's in November. So save the date. We're going to do something really groovy, cool for fall and holiday. So the time is now $19. I don't know what the kits are next month. I truly don't. Lucy and I haven't seen it yet. $19, and it is a hot time. So I'm going to come back to you all. Now we're going to talk new. Okay, for the last 5 minutes, what are you doing to attract new? What's working, and what are you doing to help them join with a friend? Or what did you think about when I just said taking the next 6 days and going crazy? Open your mics. Let's dump the ideas because this matters. Talk, talk, talk. Go, ladies, go.
Well, I did a Facebook event this week. I've done a few this month, but I did one this week. It had a lot more interaction, engagement with it. And I just want to do more of that. I'll be adding more to it this week to just keep that momentum going. And then I'm shifting by Sunday because that's November, and I want to definitely do Melanie Moore's idea of putting up the banner of Christmas, you know, like your storefront. But I'm just wanting to do more of, this is a Halloween week, so I just want to keep doing the Halloween and putting some fun things. And then Jaffer came out with some specials this week too, today, so I want to get those out as well. So I'm kind of doing 2 boot camps because I'm doing with you, Jackie, and then I'm with Diana. And so Diana gave us a challenge of doing a Facebook event. Normally I do mine in Facebook private groups, but this was a little bit different. And so I'm just going to be doing a little bit more of that.
But how will that bring sponsoring? Tell me more.
Well,
What will
because
you do to create
I do want to
a
talk
result?
about, and I really didn't do it yesterday because I tried to keep it really quick and it was all about just the Miami Brights. But generally I talk about the 3 ways that you want to be serviced. You know, how do you want to be serviced? Do you want to get it at a great prices we have in our sale books? You want to be a hostess and get the wonderful hostess discounts, or talk, and then I you know, you can get everything you ever want for 30 to 50% always. And then I'll just do a little bit more, be creative about how to get it in for this week, what their advantages would be for the holiday time.
Excellent. So brighten up your budget and join Jaffer today for less than the price of Miami Brights, right? So
There you
excellent.
go.
Always add sponsor. Remember the 4 steps. Always add it. Never leave it out. So I love that. So excellent. Going live, trying different things. You guys are doing amazing, by the way. You're all saying, oh my God, I'm trying this. I'm trying this. Yes, you have to. So I love that. Bravo to all of you. Thank you for sharing. What else? Let's go. What else is going on in the brain? What are we going to do this week to have our new and our new buddies join with their new?
I'll share. I've been working with my consultants, helping them to get the fragrance portfolio. And so I have 2 that haven't yet connected with me, but they say they want it. And so I've taken Gina's idea with $100 when you bring in a buddy. So they're both excited about that. So it's just, one is Spanish speaking, so it's having that translator available at the same time. And the other one is got a baby on the way. So she's busy, but yes, working on that portfolio.
Okay, excellent. What else, ladies? Come on, this is the biggest one. Let's get your energy. Let's go. Go, Mary, go.
Okay, I'm piggybacking off of Gail here. I too am offering the buddy bag. If you join with a buddy, $100 in products. I've been advertising that. I've been saying that when I go live. What else? I forgot. I lost my train of thought. But either way, everything that I see that's working for everybody else, I'm hopping on. I'm a copycat. Okay.
All right. I love that. So you have 6 days ahead. You can count today. How many of you spend an hour a day sponsoring?
I do, I try.
Okay,
It's hard to get a hold of
Excellent.
people lately.
so you have to name your day for the next 6 days, okay? What group or where will you go to find leads? Okay. And I love the buddy bag if that's what you want to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I know Gina does that. It's inventory products that she has with higher value, obviously. Okay, so you're not spending 50 bucks out of your pocket. That's not the goal. But I want you to think this way, 6 days, okay? Dana and Neil, when they say you work 20 hours a week of this business, you must work 6 hours a week at sponsoring. So look at the next 6 days, count today. Who will I work on today? If today I'm going to work on my client referral day, you got to pile and dial at least 1 hour. When they don't answer, you do a text video. Day 2, I'm going to work on, maybe I can get a tabletop or whatever. Maybe you've got somewhere you can go and you're just marketing the heck out of opening your account. Okay. I don't know anybody that has a $19 membership for 30% off. I get a lousy 15% off for $5 a month with Groupon. I get a $5 coupon with Sally's Beauty Supply and I pay more than that. Okay. So I want you to think memberships, because this is customer centric season like the economy has never been in our time. So maybe day 2, I can go at a coffee shop. Okay. Day 3, I'm going to call my consultants for a referral. Okay, they're already in. Maybe you got the $100 buddy bag too. I don't know. Day 4, I'm going to boost. I'm going to go on Facebook and I'm going to go for 1 hour and I'm going to find 20 people that fit those things that Belinda Ellsworth has, the top 8 types of people looking for me. I don't know. Okay. Day 5, going back to my formers. I don't know where or what you're going to do, but day 6, if you don't strategize and you make yourself for 1 hour solid, and then do the big deal buddy bag, if that's what you want to do, it won't happen. You might get 1. Change is changing, but a strategy every day. This is the most important for San Fran and for fall because people are out there. Okay. Maybe you spend one day stocking direct sellers. Okay. Boutique sellers, people who sell jewelry, purses, shoes. I don't care. But you got to plan to look and invite. And it's better to invite them somewhere. So maybe have a take a look every day at noon. I love Mary's lunchtime, but do a take a look. Here's our products. Here's our book, and here's our opportunity. And it's 15 to 20 minutes. They could do it on lunch break. I don't know, but it takes a plan to earn San Fran. So how many of you just had like, okay, I got to go. That's how you strategize to close strong so that you open November with a whole new team and do it with your team. You got people earning San Fran, do this every morning with them. Where are you going today? In 1 hour, they can invite a lot of people. Okay. They don't need to call and talk about, the weather. This is serious. I'm in a boot camp today. I'm on purpose today. So forgive me if I only talk for 5 minutes. If we can do a friend catch up next week, that'd be great. But for today, let me tell you why I'm calling. Be in control of time or they get stuck and they're scared. So they talk to 3 people every hour. They're not going to get anywhere. So teach that fast dialogue. Hi, I'm calling you because let me tell you why I'm in a rush today. Because we only have 6 days of this amazing $19 opportunity. Okay. And you can shop at 30, 40, 50, but 50 nets you up to $400 in free products. Okay. So, all right. And we got a few more ideas from each other today. And maybe you got a plan to action a little bit more in your calendar than when you walked in this morning. Excellent. Thank you for being incredible. I know there's probably a ton of ideas in the chat, but I wanted to hear your voices. And every time you come to our power hours, we're going to stick to this mantra because this is what builds a business anyway. And then we'll bring your ideas and keep sharing. Use your WhatsApp in the whole region to keep sharing good things. Don't make us try to dig them. Share them when they're working. I think you guys do that amazing. So I will look forward to seeing some of you in Oregon and Arizona this week. Very excited for that. And again, Luz, we're super happy to have you back. Diana Driggs, thank you for doing that boot camp class. That was Rockstar. We appreciate that. And all of you that keep inviting us to your live events, love it. We thank you. I know Mary's always out there. Mary Ann's always out there. Carol, keep inviting us. We love to be a part of it and see what you're doing and even sharing. Sylvia, I love it. You were sharing on Instagram. So great to see
Oh,
that.
I have just one question. What does
Yes.
FBK stand for? I asked the question in the chat.
Facebook.
Facebook.
Oh, it's usually FB for me. I didn't know FBK. Got it. I got, there's another Facebook acronym that I don't. Okay.
You got it. Oh, was there any other? So let me stop the recording. Sorry.